Ahoy mateys, and welcome back to another Winds of Fortune lore video. So today, well, this is going to be a short video, but I'm also going to be working on another video this week. That one might come out next week, but I don't know. We'll see. So today, we're going to be looking at Serpent's Den. Specifically, these pillar things, alright? Before we go into that, Serpent's Den is an interesting location, as it is the home of a giant serpent boss, or, well, was. The serpent has since been removed because it needs to be worked on, but it will be re-added, okay? That is something that will happen, so yes. Now, one unique thing about Serpent's Den is it has these pillars on it. The whole island is surrounded by them. You got one right there, and one right there, and then there's more going all the way around the island. And they're all leaning towards the center. All these pillars have this giant crystal on the top. What are these things? Nobody really knows. But it would be a reasonable assumption. It would be very reasonable to assume that these have something to do with the serpent, because Serpent's Den, which just so happens to house a giant snake monster, is the only island that features these giant pillars. Now, this is interesting. Also, the existence of these ancient buildings is interesting. So yeah. Now, it would be very easy to assume that the ancient civilization built these pillars to, like, capture the snake. That was my original theory. But after really examining and exploring the island, I do not think that is the case. Look at these buildings. These buildings were constructed by the ancient civilization. Alright? As you can see, they're just made out of, like, brick and stuff like that. You know. Whereas these are constructed out of a mysterious black and red material with a giant crystal on the top, alright? That is something, if the ancients did build these, it would be unlike anything else I've ever seen. Alright? It's covered with spines and this, like, vine wrapping around. It's, you know, thorns. It's very, very different from anything else the ancients have built. So I don't think this was built by them. I think that the undead, like the forces of the undead, built these things. Because, I mean, just look at it. The thorns, the material, the fact that it's like, you know, all the ground looks burnt around it. That doesn't look very good. That seems to be something that the, you know, undead would do. Alright? Something abyssal in nature. And look at the red. There is red on this thing. This thing is, like, covered in red. Also, every single one of these has this big red crystal, which, you know, you can really see the red on it from the glow of the crystals. I honestly think that these are not from the ancients, but from the abyss itself. Because whenever undead spawn in, there's always red. They always come from red portals. And, as I'm about to show you aboard my galleon, the abyssal weapons are all a red color because of red abyssal crystals. Basically, red is the color of the abyss. As I, you know, color my ship red as well. But, I think that they are made by the undead to wake the serpent. Alright, now, the name for this place is also an interesting choice. So, this area is called the Serpent Warden's Garrison. Warden. Almost like a prison warden. Does that mean the snake was trapped here. Now, the interesting place about this area is these ancient buildings. So I'm thinking that the ancient race, like, trapped the snake here. They used their powers to trap the snake here. But the undead created these pillars to try and wake the snake, to free the snake, to control it. Because in the closed beta, whenever the serpent would spawn in, it always would appear in chat with the words, "The undead have awoken the serpent at Serpent's Den." They've awoken it. So I'm thinking that these crystals, they're using these crystals to not only try to awaken it, but to control it. I mean, at least it's just my hunch that they're trying to control it with these. I'm thinking that they want to control it because, you know, it's clear they're trying to take over the Treasure Islands. They use ships and stuff, right? They are on the seas and like ghost ships and stuff. So they might be trying to add a sea serpent to their ranks to help them take over the seas. That is at least my theory. There is something interesting of note. So we're on Castaway, right? And we come over here to this little ancient drawing. It was created by an ancient civilization thousands of years ago. This civilization inhabited the eastern region of the archipelago. It says they've inhabited the eastern region, meaning they inhabited this area. And in the closed beta, there was this small city. Like, in this area, it's not in the game now, but, you know, it was apparently their capital city according to the lore. But it says they inhabited the eastern region, but you can find ancient buildings here and here. Buildings obviously made by the ancients. So, what were they doing this far out? If they inhabited this region? Well, either this building set up here was some sort of temple, which is what I first thought when I saw that big building. Okay, the way it was set up with the two smaller buildings on the side. I thought it was a temple. So yeah, my first thought was that this is a temple. Just... right here. Alright. Now I think these vase don't really have anything to do, but the fact that this is called Serpent's Warden area. Let's see if I can get the name to come up again. Yeah, Warden's Garrison, Serpent Warden's Garrison. Warden, as in prison warden. So yeah, I'm thinking that this isn't a temple, but it's a place where some sort of wizard or someone in charge of, you know, making sure the snake stays here, lived here. And that this pillar thing, honestly, it's kind of interesting how this pillar thing, which we're thinking is to wake the serpent, is in the middle of a place where someone lived in order to, you know, keep the serpent here. Maybe keep it sleeping. Coincidence or intentional? Maybe the undead were the ones who, you know, destroyed the ancient race, and this is just one way of saying, you know, take that, you know, you're gone, you can't do anything about it. Anyway, so yeah, this is on the western region of the archipelago. So I'm thinking that, the reason they were out this far was just to trap the serpent here, trapping it as far away as possible from their actual empire. Anyway, I was told that the crystals made a noise, but going up there, so I was up there, I did not hear anything. So, I don't know how true that is. Maybe they're supposed to make a noise or something. I don't know. Huh, it appears undead can spawn inside them. That's probably just a glitch, though. Probably. But yeah, I'd say that these aren't exactly something made by the ancients, but rather something made by the undead to raise the snake, to try and free it. So yeah, there isn't much else to really look at here. So a lot of this stuff is just theory, but I mean, that was basically the whole point of this video. I just wanted to bring that up and basically throw my theory out there for you guys. Also, I am opening up. If you have any theories about this or about other things in Winds of Fortune, be sure to, say so in the comments. One theory that, someone threw in the comments that I really actually liked was that the Abyss wasn't another realm, but instead was the bottom of the ocean. An abyss. A very deep part of the ocean. Alright? So yeah, I'm definitely gonna be, seeing if that theory fits anywhere, because I kinda like that one. It would explain the fact that, ancient ships come from this abyss, because, if they're actual sunken ships on the bottom of the ocean, then yeah, they would be in this abyss. So yeah, I do kind of like that theory. But anyway, if you have any theories of your own, or, hear a good theory that I haven't mentioned, yeah, be sure to, throw it in the comments, So yeah, please, be sure to hit subscribe, as that really helps, and leave a like if you did enjoy the video. It's short, I know. I'm going to try to get another one up this week. Might go up next week, I don't know. Time permitting. So, yeah. I believe that's it for now. So, with that, mateys, sayonara.